Hello again, this is Waffles87. I'm going to be demoing my Settlers Bukkit plugin again. This time I'm going to show you the development cards and how you get them and use them. So they're pretty straightforward, pretty similar to how they are in Catan, but there's a few differences obviously. So I've given myself a whole bunch of iron, wool, and bread just for the purposes of the demo. If this were a real game, it would take a lot longer to collect all that stuff. So if you have one of each of these things, you can create development cards. You don't need a crafting table because it only takes 3 items. And basically the recipe is just an unknown development card. And as soon as you click it, it tells you which one you got, and it changes immediately into the card that you drew. So it's like drawing cards from a pre-arranged deck that's been shuffled, obviously. So in this case I got Monopoly. I'm going to just keep building them until I get one of each type, hopefully. Okay, so there's a victory point. There's a knight. Oops. Another knight. So knights are the most common by far. So I wouldn't be surprised if I just keep getting knights for a while. Okay, so I'm going to give myself some more resources and craft some more of these so I can demonstrate all of them. So I finally got all the different kinds of development cards. It took a lot longer than I thought. I guess the year of plenty was buried at the bottom. If you do run out of cards, there's a warning message on the last one, so it'll say Waffles87 has drawn the last development card, and then no one else can create anymore. But that rarely happens, I would imagine. Anyway, so what these cards do is written directly in the lore of the item. So Monopoly here is one of the more powerful ones. It lets you steal all refined resources of one specific type from every player's inventory. And the resource that you choose to steal is based on where you place it. I couldn't really think of a better way to choose which resource. So if you want to steal all wood from everyone, you have to place it on a log. If you want to steal wool, you have to place it on a grass, pumpkin for bread, or for the iron ingots, and a clay block for bricks. So since I'm in a field of sheep, I'm just going to put it right here on the grass. If I put it on stone, for example, it'll just tell me you have to place it somewhere else. So I'll place it on grass, and then it says I use Monopoly to steal everyone's wool. I'm not actually playing with anybody else, so I didn't get any wool, but if other people were playing, it would steal all their wool and give it to me. If I try to play another development card right away, like road building, it says development cards have a 30-second cooldown shared by your team. So I implemented that because it was too easy to play a whole bunch of knights in a row and get the largest army. Eventually I'm going to have it so that you can figure out how much time is left on your cooldown, because right now it doesn't tell you how much longer you have to wait. Another note about Monopoly is that it doesn't steal any of the resources from any of the chests in the settlements. It only steals them from people's inventories. So for now, if you just leave your resources in the chest, they're safe from being stolen by Monopoly. Anyway, the next one I'll demonstrate is the knight. So you place this on a gold block, or it doesn't work. The gold blocks are in the center of the tiles. Every tile has one in the middle. And what it basically does is it just blocks that tile off from collecting automated resources on every dice roll. It also allows monsters to spawn in that block. In the nighttime, zombies and skeletons spawn. In the daytime, slimes and spiders spawn. So they spawn every time the dice rolls, if the tile is blocked rather. So the dice just rolled, so a couple of slimes just surrounded me, and spiders. And if you look in the sky, a little blocker sort of appears so that on the map the number itself is actually covered up. So if you look on the map where I am now, the 11 there just got covered. So the tile that used to be blocked, the desert, is no longer blocked. So I ran away from the blocked tile because I am a coward. And now I'll show you the road building card. So this one's pretty simple. You can just place it anywhere, and it just immediately gives you 2 roads that you can use at any time. So that's pretty much exactly how it is in the board game Catan. One thing to note is that the victory points are not on the cooldown, so I can just play at any time. My score immediately goes up. So that's kind of handy if you want to keep your true score a secret. You just hang on to your victory point cards, and when they're going to throw you over the top, that's when you play them. Okay, so the cooldown for development cards should be up by now. So Year of Plenty is pretty much the same as in Catan, except it has to use the resource rupee mechanic, which you can learn about in the other video about resource trading. So this one also you can place anywhere, and it just puts 4 resource rupees into your inventory. So once you have those, you can just use them to make whatever resources you want. So I recommend you watch the resource trading video, because it shows you exactly how to do this. It takes 2 resource rupees to make 1 refined resource, and that's that. Anyway, that's the demo for development cards. I hope you enjoyed it.